Good morning and welcome back to the Goodol'boys YouTube channel. So today we're going to fix some of the stuff that happened while I was jumping the bike. Recently I went to Perry and I had some other issues, so I'll show you guys what's going on with all that stuff and then we're going to fix it. If you guys didn't see the jump video where I was sending this thing over some large jumps, it'll be in the description box below. Don't forget to go check it out. All right, so a couple of things that happened to this thing. The swing arm bent, also the shock bolt, it was in a U shape. You guys might be able to see it a little bit better now. There you go, that's a good shot of it. So you can see clearly it's bent. We're not gonna worry about that today or the shock bolts. We're gonna leave those alone. And you guys probably remember that we had a cracked weld here. And we also have this mess going on here where the light broke off. So we're gonna be fixing those two things. On the Perry trip, I had another weld break on the brake side foot peg. You can see where it's separated here, so that gap is no good. While we were in Perry, we also had a piece of plastic kind of fall off. We lost a bolt, and I know a lot of people have issues with bolts falling out. I now have like 3,300 miles on the bike, and this is like the second bolt that's fallen out on me. So I don't know why so many people have issues with bolts falling out, but it's literally like the second or third bolt that's fallen out. So we're also gonna fix it. All right, guys, so let's fix all this stuff. Alrighty, guys, so what I'm gonna do is first set this peg back to its original spot. So that means I need to bend it back. So I'm just using some fulcrum points here. So I've got you guys zoomed in on the peg. I have a big pair of channel locks, and I'm just gonna bend this back. And as you can see, it's already worked. So this peg is obviously going to need to be welded. So I'm going to go ahead and get it off of here. It's going to be interesting putting all this stuff back on here with this spring and all. Alrighty, all I'm going to do is grab onto this thing and bend her back. Oh gosh. Okay. So I went ahead and put some tape on the shifter end to prevent any damage. All right, that looks good enough to me. So went ahead and put the other peg in the vise. Good. Alrighty, moving on to the frame here. Couple finishing touches here. So now we're gonna get this backlight situation figured out, so here we go. So I just wanted to show you guys all this dirt under here. It's no surprise to me at all, especially after 3,000 miles of on and off-road riding. But these are wires here, so just completely coated in mud. And this is why you guys want to go ahead and put that dielectric grease on your connections. If you don't, you're going to come across corrosion and all kinds of wiring issues. So yeah, make sure you dielectric grease all your electrical connections. So I figured out why a rear light is falling off here. So if you look closely, you can see the broken plastic right here. So I came up with a quick, simple solution. And this thing is better than when it came off the factory floor in China. So yeah, all we do here, as you can see, this is the light. This is where it needs support. Is farther out here. There's these two perfectly placed holes already in the chassis here. And then if you look down in here, there's two kind of cylindrical parts of the light on either side. So I just zip tied those upward towards these holes. So of course I've jinxed myself, guys. As soon as I talk about not losing any bolts, I'm finding an endless supply of bolts that are missing. So for example, right here is one of the bolts. Of course, I can't complain too much. This is what, number 4, I think, something like that. So no big deal. I need a bolt and a washer to go back in that. Haven't really honestly used a bit of Loctite on this bike, at least not that I can remember. And like I said, this is the 4th bolt that's came out. So if you guys put it together correctly, you shouldn't have any issues. Now we're gonna put the plastic back on the bike. Alrighty guys, so you guys didn't get to see this side of the bike. Basically, all I did here was I put a couple shoulder bolts here. I'll put a screenshot of what a shoulder bolt is on the screen for you guys. And then I had to have a long bolt here. Could not get a shoulder bolt for this. I'm sure you could, but I did not have one on hand, so I just put a regular bolt in there. So the plastic there is fixed up. There's something else here that I've been wanting to fix for a while. It's these side pieces of plastic. They flap in the wind like they're a wing because they only have one bolt holding them on. You guys know that the back of the plastic here just slips forward. Well, those little loops have now broken off. The loops are actually broken off on both sides of the bike, as you can see. Ever since I've gotten the bike, there's this little piece of metal that goes across here. It's kind of annoying because nothing really lines up with it. So this needs attached as well. Same thing on the other side. Now, of course, this other side, the little tab that comes off of here broke off, so we'll have to fix that. So what we're gonna do here is zip tie this together. As much as I hate to drill holes in the plastic, I think it's the best way to tackle this. So we're completely finished here. As you can see, sadly, I do have zip ties and holes in the plastic now. Now, the only downsides here really are that my knee is kind of gonna be in this area, so it might be a hot spot. If I need to, I'll put some felt on this, or I'll flip it around so the head of the zip tie is on the inside and not the outside, and that should help quite a bit. So that's that. This side here, of course, you guys know I used this old piece of plate and it's working pretty well. This plastic is solid. The best part about this is the plastic does not rattle like it used to, and neither does this metal support bar for the plastic. On this side, same kind of deal. Zip tie there. On the inside, all I had to do here was drill a hole in the correct spot on this guy here and throw a zip tie through it. So we fixed a lot of the issues from Perry and then some. The front plastic needed tackled, the pegs of course needed welded, and a few missing bolts that we put back in the bike. And we did everything minus the issues with the swing arm and the bolt on the rear swing arm. But that stuff's for another video, so we'll tackle that later down the road. I wanted to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out that description box below, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Woo!
It's all about humanity.